My husband, 33/M, confessed that he cheated on me, 29/F, and I'm pregnant. I don't know what to do. Hi Reddit. I'm going to apologize in advance for this wall of text, but I'm sick about this and need help/advice. I created a throwaway account because I don't want it tied to my real account in any way. On Saturday morning, my husband and I were laying in bed, just being quiet and cuddling when, out of nowhere, he tensed up and started to get really anxious. He's a really easygoing guy, so for him to get shaken up that quickly made me very worried. He started to get emotional, shaky, teary, and said he had something very bad he needed to tell me. I'm 29 weeks pregnant, so I immediately thought he was dying and started to cry. It took him about 5 minutes to finally tell me what was going on. He said he had met a woman while he was on a business trip a few weeks ago. He didn't say where he met her or who she was, and he had slept with her after he had done some heavy drinking at his hotel. He said it happened one time and it was an accident. Obviously I'm hormonal right now, so I just started crying harder and asked why. I couldn't ask him anything else but why. He kept telling me that he loves me and it was a mistake and meant nothing. It felt like this went on for hours. I couldn't look at him anymore, so I went to my sister's house to get away from him and the situation. That was Saturday afternoon and I haven't been home since. He's come by her house a few times, but I can't be near him right now. He's called and texted me so many times that I had my sister take my phone because I can't even look at it. I haven't been able to sleep or eat since he told me, and I'm scared that I'm harming my child. My first trimester was really rough and I'm so terrified of what the stress is doing to my body. Logically I know that we need to talk and decide what the next steps are, but I feel sick when I think about talking to him right now. We just bought our first house together and are expecting our first child, and I'm so furious with him. We have a happy marriage, so I don't understand. I don't know how to talk to him or what to do. I haven't told anyone but my sister and my best friend, and they're split. Sister says it was one time and to work through it. Best friend says cheating is a deal breaker. Please help me find some clarity on this, Reddit. I feel like I'm trapped in some horrible soap opera and I can't handle it. Too long. Didn't read. My husband cheated on me and I'm 29 weeks pregnant and I don't know what to do or how to talk to him. Edit. Thank you all so much for your kind words and advice. I'm going to schedule an appointment with my OB/GYN tomorrow to talk about the stress and get tested. I'm horrified and humiliated by this, but I know it's critical that I find out. I was also able to eat something and take a walk, so that's helped a bit as well. Thank you all again. Edit 8/4. I was able to see my OB today and she told me about everything they would be testing me for. I need to tell my husband to get tested too, but I still can't talk to him or do anything. Especially after today. Today has been the hardest day and I feel like there's no hope right now. I also want to say thank you for all the people who have reached out with supportive messages. I feel like I can't really talk about this with my sister or my best friend, but I've gotten so much support on here.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
If you have had romance with him since he cheated, you need to tell your doctor and get tested for diseases that could harm you and the baby. This makes me physically ill. I'll make an appointment tomorrow. I don't know if I can face my normal OB/GYN, so I guess I need to find a free clinic. How is this happening? Maybe what you need is to give it time so you can calm down, clear your mind and talk to him when you feel you are ready. What he did is very wrong and is not an accident. I feel your pain. I'm exactly in the same situation or maybe even worse. Take care of yourself and the baby that needs mommy to be calm for his/her health. I hate that he said it was an accident. You don't accidentally cheat on your wife. Thank you for your advice. I hope your situation gets better too. Me, 30F, with married, dad-to-be man of honor, 30M, left his FB open at my house. He's romantic texting someone. My man of honor, like a maid of honor, and I have been best friends for 15 years and have generally always been honest and platonic with each other. He was at my house helping with some random wedding decoration crap. He apparently logged into his FB account from my computer last night. When I opened my browser this morning, my default tabs all loaded, Gmail, Reddit, Facebook, etc., so I didn't see he was logged in right away. Soon I hear that plink sound that means you got a message, so I tabbed over thinking it was my normal account logged in and I read, "Still wishing you could do me baby, tie for last night," with a bunch of other back and forth explicit romantic texting going on previously. Even while he was at my house last night, he made mention of stuff like this can never get physical, fantasy only, and talked about videos of them watching each other play. I don't know who she is. I screenshot what I could, 3 weeks non-stop romantic texting, and then closed the tab. Probably am still logged in as him. This guy got married a year ago and his wife is pregnant with twins, due in a few months. Should I tell her? Anonymously or not? Also, my bigger question due to time, I really do not want this man standing next to me helping to solemnize my vows next week. If I make him step down, that will raise all sorts of questions that I don't want to have to answer. I don't know what to do, help. Edited to add, commenters brought up the possibility of him and his wife having an arrangement, which I highly doubt by virtue of knowing them. Hell, fiancé and I are more open to being open than they are. I will most likely bring it up with him and see what happens. Wouldn't you want to know if it was your husband? Maybe they have an agreement, then there's no harm in talking to her because she'll know about it already. But they might not, and if I were her, I'd want to know. She might end up finding out anyway, but who knows when. You said you didn't want him to be your man of honor anymore. Maybe sit him down, tell him what you saw, tell him you don't want him as man of honor anymore, and that he has to tell his wife, or you will. Give him the chance to own up to it. And if he still doesn't, then I'd suggest telling her. Yeah, I'm leaning towards all of this. I'm pretty sure they don't have an agreement, as I've said in another comment that he said stuff about timing so he could avoid his wife being home. I, M30, am worried my wife, F36, is cheating. Let me start off by saying I have anxiety disorder, so it could just be my fears at play here. I've changed a few details and this is a throwaway because I would like to remain anonymous. We have been together since 2008, and we've had ups and downs, but otherwise I adore and cherish her. It started a month ago. We are both avid gamers. She had moved her setup to the basement to get some quiet. I didn't think anything of it. One day I walked down to visit her, she gets up from her chair quickly, and physically shoved me away from the screen. I'm not a screen watcher anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine, so this was strange. I ask her what's up and she says it's nothing. She then hard boots her PC. I laugh and say wow, that's kinda suspicious. I brush it off. I notice lately she is becoming more and more possessive of her phone. We used to be able to just grab each other's phones and use them. But lately she doesn't want me touching her things. She also recently got a second phone. I can tell I am getting worked up, but I try to rationalize it. It's probably just me being anxious and insecure. It's not fair to put that on someone else. Later I see she's looking at men's clothes. So I ask her what she is doing. She says she is shopping for herself. I ask her why she wants to buy men's clothes, because she doesn't dress that way normally. She brushes it off, saying it's just a random search. I offer to help her look. She tells me she is too embarrassed about her size. Last night she was trying to show me a picture on her phone. I accidentally fumble the phone and press her tabs. One of the tabs was a Facebook page with a man's name I didn't recognize. She grabs the phone back and hurries and closes it. She told me she had deleted Facebook. Okay, I thought, now that is weird. So I type this guy's name into her Chromebook. Up pops a link to this guy's store, the exact one she was looking at a few weeks ago. So now I am curious. I ask her who he is. She says he's just some Overwatch friend. She says I'm being insecure and paranoid. But today all her computers are wiped. I noticed because she left one on after she left for work. I went to shut it down, and it was on the Windows 10 setup screen. I'm trying to be open and honest with her about how I feel, why I feel that way and what I can do to improve. Right now she is furious with me because I messaged her about the PC. She is ranting about how I am snooping. Maybe I am. I may have crossed a line with typing in that guy's name. It's hard for me to tell when I am being unreasonable and it's not fair to her. I am just trying to take a step back, respect her space, and not push it. I don't want to damage our marriage over paranoia. I'm just struggling to deal with my feelings. How do you handle this kind of strife in your life? Too long, didn't read seeking advice about how to handle insecurity over infidelity. Suspicious behavior I may be blowing out of proportion. She wiped her computer? Yeah, I'd say she's cheating in some capacity. I'm sorry. That combined with her sudden change in behavior is pretty damning. Sit her down and have a come to Jesus. Tell her, listen, you know how I struggle with anxiety and your behavior lately is really stressful for me. Please be honest with me and explain why you keep wiping your computer. If you're planning a surprise party for me, I would rather just have the peace of mind that nothing else is going on. If she is still angry and unwilling to talk, she is, at the very least, a jerk, and, at worst, a cheater. Good luck. Thank you, I will try this. She wiped a whole computer to delete internet history. That's pretty over the top.